What's going on, guys? Corrupt here. How in the hell are you? Today's video going to continue our series on Battlefield 4 prep. This time looking at the little bird, the scout choppers, the Z11, whatever you want to call them. It's the little machines that fly around and spew out death. Now they may not be as powerful as they used to be, and now they have the one-hit kill liability against them, but they still can do a lot of damage in a short period of time. Understand, if you're a little bird, you're probably going to die, so don't think you're going to get in this thing and dominate and be flawless game, because everybody's gonna be shooting RPGs at you just for giggles, because apparently people like to make montages, from what I've heard. Now what you see here is Nabadan Flats CTF. Now this is me running stealth, ECM, and guided missile. That's pretty much what I always run on the choppers now, simply because the guided missile has more uses than the heat seekers, and that's all the weapons we have. Good news is it looks like Battlefield 4, the scout choppers are going to have one more additional weapon. That's what we've seen so far from footage from Gamescom. Looks like it's going to be a 25mm explosive gun pods, pretty much anti-armor, a little bit of splash damage. So that's a good thing. So what we're with here is the guided missile. Like I said, the bonus of that is if you have somebody in the 4th seat, essentially the 4th seat is a co-pilot seat, and acts as the CITV station. You'll see it lock up here in a second on this chopper. And what it does is it acts similar to a CITV, SOFLAM, and allows your air-to-ground missile to track onto air targets, plus gives you the bonus of added damage for the top-down attack on most vehicles. So the idea behind this series is basically to give the new guys to the game a little bit of oversight into the vehicles. Even the guys that have had the game for a while, just never really mess with them, mess with the vehicles at all. Kind of give you a little insight, because you never know, maybe you want to try the vehicles in Battlefield 4, maybe you're the next MLG pro pilot, you never know. I myself, I never got into the damn things to fly them until I was like Colonel level 20, mainly because every time I got them before that, I would just crash them and piss off everybody that was in my squad. I was kind of like the noob in Battlefield Friends, you know, flying around the map, but that's in the past, and we're not talking about that right now. So basically what I did to get most of my unlocks was be the repair guy, flying around little birds on those short canals, wrecking face. You know, well, actually I had the torch, so I was assisting in wrecking the face. There we go. So my teammates would fly around and blow people up, and I would just be sitting there with a torch, you know, repairing from the multitude of stingers that would come our way. And that's how I got most of my unlocks. You can still do that, but with Battlefield 4, the beta a month away, you're running out of time for that, because that takes a while. It's a lot of grinding if you're going to repair and get, you know, 20 points at a time. So what I had thought of was, for guys that maybe just don't have all the DLC, don't have premium, what maps you can play, what modes you can play to get the most points without having to face other choppers, etc., etc. So what comes to mind is Damavan Peak Defense, the first couple set of MCOMs. You get that Z11 as a defending team without having to worry about any really threatening vehicles. You have the Humvee to deal with, and probably a bunch of stingers. You can't fly up towards the spawn, of course, because that's the stationary AA will chew you to pieces. But if you're smart and nimble, you hide behind the mountains, you hide behind the buildings that provide cover for you. You can pick off infantry all day. So we talked about secondary weapons, talked a little bit about tactics. Now we're going to talk about the main weapon, the chain gun, the minigun. And you see we have two reticles when we're on a minigun. The lower reticle, you'll see here in a second, is where you need to aim to get the bullets to hit. The reason why it's like that is because your gun pods, your miniguns, or whatever you want to call them, are mounted on the wings, little stubby wings of this thing. And as you move your chopper around, change your position, it changes where the bullets are going to fall. So now the benefit of the little birds, you get to repair. Now, on hindsight, I should have switched to the opposite wing to repair, simply because I would have avoided any infantry fire on incoming, and it would have been an easier transition back to the pilot seat. Here is, you'll see me trying to cover an MCOM, successfully defending it for a short while, but of course you can't really defend MCOMs from the air. You get to fly around here. Now this is one of the issues here. I was trying to fly and avoid the fire from the ground, so I wasn't as accurate as I could have been, but you can't miss when you drop a chopper on somebody. I didn't sacrifice a chopper there because I was worried about getting killed in the air. I saw the MCOM was armed. We only had 2 tickets left, or whatever it was. We did win that game, by the way, so don't worry, it wasn't in vain. Alright, these last 2 clips are kind of how not to fly little birds, not knocking anybody's skill here. These are just things that happen all the time. Happen to me a lot too. You know, you get that target fixation, you start flying straight lines, you get the target in your sights, and some guy with the PP2000 snipes you out. And again, that's a big hit on that map, because that is your flanking asset gone. So flying like a madman can help you in some cases. Next clip, you're going to see a guy pretty much flying in a straight line. Even though he starts to turn, his forward momentum is still in that same path, and it's an easy RPG shot. Not that hard. It happens all the time. It happens to me quite a bit when you get locked on targets. You just don't really think about that guy on the ground shooting RPGs at you. So flying like a madman has its advantages. I want to thank you guys for watching the video. Leave a like if you liked it. Leave a comment below if you want to see me play any other games. I have Splinter Cell, Blacklist, I have Chivalry, I have all kinds of games. Let me know if you want to see anything else. This has been Corrupt, and I am out of here.